Okay.
Hi, I'm Laura Lee Brott, and welcome to episode 139 of Art This Week. In this week's episode, we visit Et al. Projects and speak with Bret Slater about his work in the two-person exhibition, Bret Slater and Jeff Zilm. Now for Art This Week.
Listen, I want definitely start off by asking you about this exhibition and really how did it come together?
Well, Jeff Zilm was a grad school colleague of mine, you know, much older than me, and became kind of like a really, kind of like a mentor figure in a way, really kind of made Dallas, you know, helped me adjust to the move from New York to Dallas, like without really knowing anything about the place or anyone there. And he'd been and lived in New York for, you know, back in the 80s, so he was familiar with both territories and kind of like where I was coming from and my unfamiliarity. So he helped me like kind of adjust real well, and you know, we were just in like all these classes together and got real close, and so I felt pretty indebted to him and Adam and Cliff and I at all projects here. You know, they used to be in Harlem, and they told me they were moving to Brooklyn, and we kind of wanted to do something in 2012, kind of for the first time more or less. Would kind of be a nice dialectic, like somebody who's returning and somebody who's just kind of coming up in a way. So it's kind of like my way of saying like thank you to him or whatever, was to put on a two-person show, thankfully, that, you know, he wanted to be in. And Cliff and Adam were happy to show both of us together.
I wanted to ask you about the pieces
Sure.
in the show, and particular, you know, where did you draw from for these pieces? For example, these right here.
Well, like lately, I haven't really been drawing from anywhere in particular. If anything, I've been kind of focused on not, or trying my best in a way to like not draw from things, since there's already kind of so much subconsciously being drawn from. I'm kind of thinking like in terms of painting as like alchemy in a way. Like the title of this piece is actually Slow Alchemy, and that's kind of like something I'm thinking of lately, like just in a sense, it's just the materials kind of, but put together in a way, you know, to transform it just enough to become something else, something of its own. So I'm thinking in terms of kind of like paint and the process of painting as alchemy a lot, in a way. And it's like this piece over there is titled Possession, and it comes from like the title actually comes from a Danzig song, but also an idea of possession, in a sense. Like I was talking to this one actor about his process, and he was like, I try to get myself, you know, prepared for the circumstance of like being possessed by this character, and then letting that kind of like possession take hold, letting the character take hold, and letting that do the work, kind of.
You were talking about the materials. Now this is acrylic on canvas.
Yeah, yeah, everything's acrylic. Like I'll use a lot of medium on its own, like so in like these cases there's like white, gray, and purple kind of painted, and then matte medium is poured over each color and let dry for a while, and then, you know, the next thing here is like acrylic and a lot of gloss medium, just kind of acrylic and matte medium, and then this is a phosphorescent acrylic which glows in the dark, which actually has a really nice texture to it, like just as a medium.
Yeah. So then, with the materials, tell me about the creative process. You just layer and layer.
Yeah.
It's almost like fondant or icing. Or,
sure.
Yeah.
Like
it really
you know,
it's really thick.
like you know, well, in terms of process, I mean, it kind of starts from scratch in a way. You know, like nothing is there, and then it's all built by hand. Kind of the thickness and everything is decided upon. And then, like I said, you know what I was talking about with the idea of choosing and then letting things roll, but also in terms of like the thickness and layering, which some people like you know, have a lot of taste or edible sense reference, or I mean, an edible kind of experience or something when they, you know, something in their another sense is activated through like visual.
Correct.
Sense. But for me, it's about a presence, just kind of like the more that is there, literally, I mean, the more of a presence, in a sense, the thing has. And I mean, I'm interested in that, in a sense of the visual thing activating other senses, kind of like the desire to hold or touch, and also like taste. And I guess an interesting thing about that too is that a similar, or in a sense, one of the things that I thought about after making these pieces was Tuttle's kind of fabric work that is tacked directly to the wall, and the inherent difference actually though between his pieces and these pieces, which is like, again, that tactility, tangibility, and like you said, the desire to like kind of live with. And you know, it's very much about the presence of the thing and the object, the materiality, and I think that's interesting. I'm really happy about that, because there was a point where I was trying to translate the paintings into bigger paintings, and it just kind of like more or less something was going on there that took their kind of livability away when they increased in scale and increased in thickness. And so after a while of trying different things, I'd been making some paintings on paper, and my gallerist from Brussels, Elaine Levy, was in my studio, and we were looking at this piece that was thickly painted acrylic on paper, and she was like, "Oh, it kind of reminds me of an animal hide of some kind," and that just like instantly gave me this idea to like make pieces that could potentially be that scale of like an animal, taxidermied animal hide of some kind.
Yeah.
And I actually thought of like Linda Banglis too, and her pieces on the floor.
Yeah.
So there'll be some of these made for the floor in the future that are not on canvas, but just painted on plexi, peeled off and laid on the floor.
Yeah. So this, and again, these are nailed directly to the wall. So that was definitely something conscious you did. You decided that that's just how it's gonna.
Yeah, like I was thinking like about the animal hide, and how are they attached to the wall? Taxidermy pins or whatever, and I just kind of thought the best, most direct way to get it on there was to do that, and it kind of worked out. I mean, originally I tried things like, like 4 nails up here, and then it's interesting how that didn't work, but I like how 2 on kind of each extremity is what holds it up.
Yeah, but this like, it kind of drapes or folds there a little bit. It's kind of like you said, the taxidermy, because there's no way you could get that all completely that way.
Yeah.
It's gonna fall.
Yeah.
It's gonna fall over a little bit. So yeah, definitely getting that sense.
We want to thank Bret Slater for speaking with us. More information on him can be found at bretslater.com. We also want to thank Et al. Projects for letting us film in the gallery. For more information, please visit etalprojects.com. In Dallas, Bret is represented by Marty Walker Gallery at martywalkergallery.com. That's it for Art This Week. Thanks for watching.
I still got your Polaroid.